chosen one, a knock is coming. The surprise at your door will change everything, my child. Do not scroll away from this moment, because what I am about to reveal is tied directly to the change you have been crying for in silence. A knock is coming to your door, and it is not ordinary. I have been arranging people, shifting circumstances, and preparing an answer that will break the heaviness that has followed you for so long. The surprise that is approaching your life carries restoration, relief, and a turning point that many never believed you would experience. Stay close to these words, because if you ignore this moment, you may miss the confirmation your spirit has been desperately waiting to receive. Type Amen to affirm. You have spent many nights wondering when things would finally change for you. You kept showing strength in front of others while hiding exhaustion deep inside your heart. I watched every tear you wiped away when nobody noticed your pain. I saw every prayer whispered into the darkness when you thought heaven had gone silent. Now, I am telling you clearly that the season of unanswered waiting is beginning to break, and the knock coming to your door will carry evidence that I have never abandoned you. The person or opportunity approaching your life is connected to prayers you prayed months ago. What looked delayed was only being protected from arriving at the wrong time. I kept certain doors closed because what I planned for you required preparation, wisdom, and protection from people who would have destroyed your peace. You thought rejection meant abandonment, but I was shielding your future from harm you could not yet recognize. That unexpected arrival will reveal why so many previous disappointments had to happen first. Before this continues, take a moment to like this video as a sign that you are standing in faith for the breakthrough heaven is preparing for your life. The knock coming to your door is also connected to your spiritual growth. I could not release this blessing while your heart was still chained to fear and insecurity. I needed you to discover that your value did not depend on who accepted you or who walked away from you. Through loneliness, betrayal, and hardship, I was teaching you to hear my voice more clearly than the noise surrounding your life. Now you are entering a season where your discernment will protect you and your obedience will guide you toward peace. Many people around you have underestimated what I placed inside you. They judged your current condition and assumed your future would remain limited forever. They did not understand that I often prepare my chosen ones in hidden places before revealing them openly. The struggles you faced were not proof of failure. They were proof that your life carried a purpose greater than what others could see. Soon, even those who doubted you will witness a transformation they cannot explain. The surprise approaching your door will not only affect your finances or circumstances, it will also heal parts of your heart that have carried pain for years. I know how deeply rejection wounded your confidence. I know how betrayal made you afraid to trust again. I know how disappointment caused you to question whether your prayers still mattered. But I am restoring your hope little by little, and the knock that is coming will remind you that miracles still happen for those who refuse to give up on me. There are people who secretly expected you to collapse under pressure. They watched your struggles and assumed your story would end in defeat. Yet I kept placing strength inside you when you felt too weak to continue. I carried you through storms that should have destroyed your peace completely. Even during moments when you wanted to quit, my hand remained over your life. That is why you are still standing, while many obstacles failed to break you. Type 1111 if you trust God. My child, the reason this surprise feels impossible is because you have been staring at closed doors for too long. Your mind became accustomed to disappointment, and your expectations slowly grew smaller with every setback. But I am not limited by what seems realistic to human understanding. I can change a situation overnight. I can send help from places you never expected. I can create opportunities that no person has the power to block when my timing arrives. The knock coming to your door may arrive through a conversation, an unexpected visitor, a phone call, or a sudden invitation. What matters is not the form it takes, but the purpose attached to it. I am sending something that will shift the direction of your life and remind you that my promises are still alive. Do not let fear cause you to reject what I am bringing near. Discern carefully, pray sincerely, and move with wisdom when confirmation reaches your spirit. You have asked me many times why your journey has been harder than the journeys of others around you. The answer is connected to the assignment over your life. Some people are called to ordinary paths, but I prepared you for something that requires deeper endurance and stronger faith. The pressure you experienced was shaping your character for the responsibility attached to your future blessing. I was building resilience inside you because the life ahead of you requires courage, wisdom, and spiritual strength. There were moments when you believed nobody understood the battle taking place inside your mind. You smiled in public while fighting silent wars within your heart. You carried responsibilities while secretly feeling emotionally drained, yet every time you thought you had reached your limit, I sustained you again. That endurance was not coming from your own power alone. It was evidence that my spirit was keeping you alive through seasons designed to mature your faith. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. The surprise at your door will also expose hidden truth around your life. Certain people who smiled in front of you carried hidden jealousy behind closed doors. Others secretly hoped you would remain stuck because your growth made them uncomfortable. I protected you from traps you never saw forming around you. I blocked connections that would have delayed your destiny. Even painful separations were part of my protection over your future. Do not fear the changes that are beginning to unfold around you. Sometimes I must remove familiar patterns before introducing greater blessings. Comfort can become dangerous when it keeps you trapped in places where you no longer belong. I am leading you away from limitation and toward expansion. That movement may feel uncomfortable at first, but it will eventually reveal the beauty of my plan for your life. Every time you expected good news, something painful happened instead, and slowly your heart learned to protect itself from excitement. But I am calling you out of survival mode now. I am teaching you to expect goodness again, because what is approaching your life has been sent with divine timing and purpose. There are blessings that only arrive after a season of isolation. Many people complained about being alone, but your loneliness carried hidden preparation. While others were distracted by noise and confusion, I was strengthening your spirit in private. I allowed certain friendships to fade because they could not go where I was taking you. I removed people who constantly drained your peace because your next season requires clarity, confidence, and emotional stability. What felt like abandonment was actually divine separation. The surprise coming toward your door is connected to restoration in areas where you believed nothing could ever improve again. Some wounds inside you became so deep that you stopped praying about them altogether. You convinced yourself that certain dreams were too broken to recover. Yet, I never stopped working behind the scenes. Even during your silence, I was arranging moments that would eventually rebuild your confidence and renew your spirit. You are about to witness how quickly I can restore what life tried to destroy. There is a reason your spirit has recently felt restless. You sensed that something was shifting, even though you could not explain it clearly. That feeling was not random anxiety. It was spiritual movement surrounding your future. Your soul recognized that a transition was approaching before your physical eyes could see evidence of it. Pay attention to the stirring inside your heart, because I often prepare my chosen ones internally before external change appears. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. Many people only notice miracles after they happen, but I begin preparing miracles long before anyone sees visible proof. The door that is about to open for you required conversations, alignments, and decisions that started months ago. While you were crying over delays, I was connecting the right people together. While you thought nothing was changing, I was removing hidden obstacles from your path. Heaven has been active on your behalf this entire time, even when your circumstances appeared frozen. My child, you must not allow fear to sabotage what I am bringing into your life. Sometimes blessings arrive disguised as uncomfortable change. You prayed for transformation, but transformation often begins with disruption. Familiar routines may shift, certain relationships may suddenly feel distant. Old habits may no longer satisfy your spirit the way they once did. Do not panic when these things happen, because I am creating room for what truly belongs in your future. You have spent too much time doubting your worth because of how others treated you. Some people only valued you when you were useful to them. Others ignored your kindness and took your loyalty for granted. Those experiences damaged your confidence more deeply than anyone realized. But hear me clearly today. Your value was never determined by the people who failed to appreciate you. Your worth comes from the fact that I created you with intention, purpose, and destiny attached to your life. The knock coming to your door will remind you that your story is not ending in struggle. I know you became tired of surviving one difficult season after another. You wondered why peace always seemed temporary in your life. Every time things started improving, another challenge appeared and tested your strength again. Yet, despite every setback, you kept moving forward. That endurance is one of the reasons your breakthrough is now so close. There are hidden rewards attached to remaining faithful during painful seasons. Most people give up when answers do not come quickly enough. They allow bitterness to replace trust and anger to replace faith. But you continued speaking to me even when your heart felt exhausted. You kept believing there was purpose behind your suffering, even while confusion surrounded your life. That faithfulness has reached heaven, and the answers you have been waiting for are beginning to move toward you now. Some of the people who hurt you expected your spirit to become cold forever. They assumed heartbreak would permanently destroy your ability to trust and love again. Yet I protected the softness of your heart, even through disappointment. I refused to let darkness fully consume the kindness I placed inside you. That gentle spirit within you is not weakness. It is evidence that my presence has remained alive in your life, despite everything you endured. Type 222 to receive blessings. The surprise at your door is also connected to your calling. You were never created to live a small and fearful life. There is influence inside you that has not fully awakened yet. There are gifts within you that pain tried to silence. The enemy wanted discouragement to keep you hidden because your future carries the power to inspire and strengthen other people. But I did not preserve your life this long for you to remain trapped in fear forever. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. I know there were moments when you questioned whether your prayers were reaching me at all. You prayed for signs and received silence. You prayed for comfort and still cried yourself to sleep some nights. You prayed for change and watched time continue moving without visible answers. But silence never meant absence. I was still near you, even when heaven felt quiet. Some answers required patience, because rushing them would have damaged your future instead of blessing it. The knock that is coming will carry confirmation that my timing is greater than human understanding. Certain opportunities had to wait until your spirit became mature enough to handle them wisely. Certain relationships had to end because they were connected to distraction rather than destiny. Certain disappointments had to happen because they redirected you away from paths that would have harmed your peace later. One day you will look back and realize that what felt painful was actually protection. My child, there are still people secretly praying against your progress. Not everyone around you celebrates your growth sincerely. Some smile in your presence while quietly hoping your breakthrough never arrives. But no amount of jealousy can cancel what I have already decided concerning your life. When I open a door, human opinion loses its power. When I release favor over your future, opposition cannot permanently stop what I have ordained. You must also understand that the blessing approaching your life is not meant to make you arrogant. I am elevating you so you can become a light for others still trapped in darkness. Your testimony will remind broken people that restoration is possible. Your healing will encourage those who feel forgotten. Your future peace will prove that difficult seasons do not last forever. I will use your story to bring hope into places filled with despair. There is a shift happening inside your mind already. You are beginning to recognize that fear no longer controls you the way it once did. The version of you that constantly expected rejection is slowly disappearing. I am replacing insecurity with confidence and confusion with discernment. You are becoming stronger spiritually because your next season requires boldness and wisdom together. The knock coming to your door will not simply change one moment. It will begin changing the direction of your entire future. Some opportunities only appear once, which is why I keep urging you to remain spiritually awake. Do not allow discouragement to blind you when the answer finally arrives. Do not push away what I send simply because it looks different from what you expected. I often answer prayers in forms that surprise people completely. That quiet endurance has not gone unnoticed in heaven, and the knock approaching your door is connected to the faith you continued holding onto during your hardest moments. You thought certain seasons would destroy you completely. You wondered how much more pain one heart could carry without giving up entirely. Yet every time darkness tried to pull you under, I breathed strength into your spirit again. You survived situations that should have crushed your peace permanently. You overcame nights filled with fear, confusion, and loneliness, and even though you felt weak, my hand continued protecting your life through every storm. There are blessings coming that will make your previous suffering easier to understand. I am not saying every painful memory will disappear overnight, but clarity is coming. You will begin seeing how certain hardships redirected you away from danger. You will recognize how closed doors protected you from environments that would have damaged your future. The disappointment that once made you cry will eventually become proof that I was guiding your steps with wisdom greater than your understanding. Some of you listening to these words have almost stopped expecting good things entirely. Your spirit became weary after too many delays and too many heartbreaks. You watched other people move forward while your own life felt stuck in the same painful cycle. Comparison slowly drained your confidence until you started wondering whether blessings were reserved for everyone except you. But I need you to hear me clearly now. Your timing has not been forgotten. Your story is not behind schedule. I am still writing chapters that no human being has the power to cancel. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. The knock coming to your door will arrive with unexpected peace attached to it. One of the clearest signs that something has been sent by me is the calm it brings into your spirit. Confusion and chaos often follow things rooted in fear, but my guidance carries clarity and direction. You have spent enough years battling emotional storms inside your mind. I am now leading you towards stability, healing, and rest. The future I prepared for you is not built on constant anxiety and fear. My child, stop believing the lie that you are too broken to be used for something meaningful. Pain may have left scars on your heart, but scars do not remove purpose from a life chosen by me. Some of the strongest people I use are those who survived deep suffering without losing their compassion completely. Your experiences have created wisdom inside you that cannot be learned from comfort alone. One day, your testimony will strengthen people who currently feel hopeless and abandoned. I know you still carry questions that remain unanswered. You still wonder why certain prayers took so long. You still think about opportunities that disappeared unexpectedly. You still replay moments where people betrayed your trust and left wounds that never fully healed. But understand this truth. Not every loss was punishment. Some losses were preparation for greater alignment. I removed certain things because they were connected to limitation instead of destiny. The surprise at your door is also connected to restoration of confidence. The enemy worked hard to convince you that failure defined your identity. Every setback whispered lies into your mind until you began doubting your own abilities. You became afraid to dream boldly because disappointment trained your heart to expect rejection. But I am rebuilding your confidence, little by little. The opportunity approaching your life will remind you that your future is still full of possibility. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There are moments when I intentionally delay answers because immediate blessings can become dangerous in immature seasons. Earlier versions of you would not have handled this next chapter wisely. You were still attached to people who would have misused access to your future. You were still seeking validation from individuals who never truly valued your spirit. I needed to separate you from unhealthy patterns before opening the next door. What felt like waiting was actually spiritual preparation. Type 555 to affirm. My child, I also want you to stop blaming yourself for every painful thing that happened in your life. Not every betrayal occurred because you were foolish. Not every rejection happened because you lacked value. Sometimes, People walk away simply because they cannot understand the assignment attached to your life. Some individuals become uncomfortable around chosen people because the light within them exposes darkness they try to hide. Do not allow other people's inability to appreciate you to distort how you see yourself. The knock coming to your door may also challenge your comfort zone. You have prayed for increase, but increase often requires movement. I may lead you toward places, relationships, or responsibilities that feel unfamiliar at first. Fear will try to convince you to remain where everything feels predictable and safe, but staying trapped in old environments can delay the growth you prayed for. Trust me enough to follow where peace and wisdom guide you. I know how badly you want certainty before taking steps forward. You want every detail explained before trusting the process completely. But faith does not grow through full visibility. Faith grows when you continue walking, even while answers remain incomplete. The disciples trusted my voice before they understood the full journey ahead of them. In the same way, I am teaching you to move with trust rather than fear. There is someone listening right now who feels emotionally exhausted from carrying everyone else's burdens. You became the strong one for others while neglecting the condition of your own heart. People leaned on your kindness without realizing how drained you secretly felt inside. Yet even in your exhaustion, you continued showing compassion and love. I saw those sacrifices, and I am preparing moments of refreshing for your soul. You will not always live in survival mode. The surprise at your door is not random luck. It is connected to prayers, obedience, and divine timing. Human beings may call it coincidence, but heaven calls it fulfillment. I have already spoken over your future, and no obstacle can permanently block what I have declared for your life. Delays may happen, opposition may appear, temporary setbacks may test your patience. But what I ordain cannot be destroyed by human resistance. Some people around you will become shocked by the transformation taking place in your life. They became accustomed to seeing you struggle. They assumed weakness would define your future forever. But I am capable of lifting someone from despair into peace faster than human understanding can explain. The same people who overlooked you will eventually witness evidence of my favor resting over your life. Stay humble during that season and remember who carried you through the hardest nights. My child, do not become distracted by temporary discouragement right before your breakthrough arrives. The enemy often increases confusion when blessings draw near. Negative thoughts may suddenly grow louder. Old fears may try returning again, unexpected challenges may appear and test your focus. But these things are not signs that I abandoned you. They are reminders that spiritual opposition recognizes change approaching your life. I need you to remain spiritually awake now more than ever before. Protect your peace carefully. Guard your heart from bitterness and unnecessary negativity. Not every voice deserves influence over your mind during this season. Some people speak from fear instead of wisdom. Others project their own insecurities onto your future because they cannot imagine greater things for themselves. Listen more closely to my direction than to human doubt. But I have not brought you this far to leave you standing outside the door of your breakthrough. The knock that is coming will remind you that heaven still moves in ways human understanding cannot fully explain. I know the pain you carried after trusting people who later betrayed you. I know how deeply rejection affected your confidence, especially when it came from people you loved sincerely. You gave your loyalty freely, and in return some people left wounds that changed how you viewed relationships forever. Because of that pain, your heart became guarded and fearful of disappointment repeating itself again. But I am healing those hidden wounds slowly, and the blessing approaching your life will not carry the same spirit of destruction that hurt you before. There is a reason I kept certain opportunities away from you until now. Some things looked beautiful on the outside while carrying danger underneath. If I had allowed certain doors to open earlier, they would have distracted you from the assignment connected to your life. You cried over missed opportunities without realizing they were actually escapes from future regret. One day, you will thank me for the prayers I answered differently than you expected. My protection often arrives disguised as delay and redirection. The surprise at your door will shift how you see yourself. For too long, you allowed your mistakes and struggles to define your identity. You focused more on what went wrong than on the strength it took for you to survive difficult seasons. You forgot that endurance itself is proof of resilience. You forgot that surviving pain without losing your humanity is a powerful victory. I am now teaching you to see yourself through my eyes instead of through the criticism and rejection you experienced from the world. Type 1212 to claim miracles. Do you know why everyone is talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique leaked from the CIA is changing lives around the world. Backed by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky because the page may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is deleted. My child, there are people secretly watching your life who cannot understand how you continue standing after everything you endured. They expected bitterness to consume you completely. They assumed hardship would eventually destroy your peace and faith. Yet every challenge only pushed you closer toward me instead of farther away. That spiritual strength did not come from human ability alone. It came from my hand covering your life through battles nobody else fully understood. The knock that is coming is connected to divine restoration. I am restoring peace where anxiety once ruled your thoughts. I am restoring confidence where insecurity once weakened your spirit. I am restoring joy in places where grief tried to make a permanent home inside your heart. Healing may not always happen instantly, but every step forward matters deeply. Even now, your spirit is becoming stronger than it was during previous seasons of pain. There were times when you felt forgotten because everyone around you seemed to move ahead while your own life remained stuck. You watched others celebrate victories while you quietly struggled to survive emotionally. Comparison became a heavy burden inside your heart. You questioned whether your prayers mattered because visible change seemed delayed for so long. But your journey was never meant to look identical to everyone else's path. I prepared a unique purpose for your life, and that purpose requires a different kind of preparation. Some people receive blessings quickly because their assignment is smaller. Others walk through longer seasons of preparation because their future carries greater influence and responsibility. I know the waiting exhausted you, but the waiting also matured your spirit. It taught you patience, wisdom, and discernment. It revealed who truly cared about you when nothing beneficial could be gained from your presence. Those painful lessons are now becoming part of the foundation for the future I am leading you toward. Type 333 if you believe God is making a way. The surprise at your door may arrive unexpectedly, but it has been planned by heaven long before you recognized it approaching. I have already spoken to hearts concerning your future. I have already aligned circumstances behind the scenes. What appears sudden to you has actually been developing quietly through divine timing. This is why I keep urging you not to lose faith during seasons where nothing visible seems to happen. Invisible preparation often comes before visible breakthrough. My child, stop apologizing for outgrowing environments that constantly drained your peace. Some places were only temporary chapters, not permanent homes for your destiny. Certain people became comfortable with the old version of you because it made them feel secure. But growth changes perspectives, priorities, and boundaries. You are not wrong for protecting your peace more carefully now. You are not selfish for refusing to stay trapped in cycles that damage your emotional and spiritual health. The enemy worked hard to convince you that your best days were already behind you. Disappointment after disappointment made it difficult for you to imagine a future filled with joy again. You became so accustomed to survival that true peace felt unrealistic. But I am leading you into a season where your spirit will finally breathe without constant fear and heaviness. The weight you carried for years will not remain on your shoulders forever. I know some mornings still begin with anxiety before your day even fully starts. Your mind races through worries about finances, relationships, responsibilities, and unanswered questions. Sometimes fear whispers that nothing will ever truly improve. But fear is not the author of your future. I am, and the plans I carry for your life are greater than the darkness currently trying to discourage your heart. The knock coming to your door will also expose hidden favor resting over your life. There were moments when rejection seemed stronger than blessing. Yet, even in rejection, I was redirecting you toward places where your gifts would finally be valued correctly. Some people overlooked you because they lacked the wisdom to recognize what I placed inside you. Their inability to appreciate you never changed your worth in my eyes. My child, I need you to remain humble during the elevation that is approaching. The blessing coming into your life is not permission to forget the painful seasons that shaped your compassion. Never become the kind of person who looks down on others still struggling. Remember the nights when you cried for help. Remember the moments when encouragement from one person kept you from giving up entirely. Use your future influence to lift broken people instead of ignoring them. There are also relationships I am preparing for your future that will not drain your spirit the way previous connections did. You became used to one-sided loyalty and emotionally exhausting situations. But healthy connections bring peace instead of confusion. They encourage growth instead of insecurity. They create safety instead of fear. I am teaching you that love and support should not constantly leave your spirit feeling depleted and anxious. The surprise at your door is not only about receiving something external, it is also about becoming someone internally transformed. God is exposing the three people who are betraying you right now. My child, do not scroll away from this moment, because heaven is uncovering something that has been hidden around your life for far too long. I am pulling back the curtain and revealing the three people who have smiled in your face while quietly wounding your spirit behind your back. What I am about to show you will protect your peace, preserve your future, and stop the destruction that has been forming against you in secret. Stay close to every word, because before this season ends, you will understand why certain attacks, delays, and heartbreaks kept surrounding your path. I have not abandoned you during this battle. I have been watching every whisper, every lie, every hidden motive, and now I am stepping forward as your defender. Type Amen to affirm. You have been feeling a strange heaviness lately, and you could not fully explain it. Some nights your spirit felt restless even when your body was tired. Some conversations left your heart unsettled even when the words sounded kind on the surface. That was not your imagination. I was warning you deep within your spirit that not everyone around you carries pure intentions toward your destiny. Listen carefully, because this revelation will save you from future pain and help you walk into the blessings I prepared for you long ago. If this word touches your heart, take a moment to like the video, because someone else desperately needs this warning and this comfort tonight. The first person betraying you is the one who studies your weakness while pretending to support your strength. This person listens closely whenever you speak about your fears, your dreams, and your struggles, but they do not listen with love. They gather pieces of your pain so they can use them later against you. They celebrate publicly when something good happens in your life, yet privately they grow bitter because they cannot stand the favor I placed upon you. I have seen the jealousy hidden inside their compliments. I have watched them compete with your calling while pretending to clap for your victories. My child, this person often appears close to you during moments of breakthrough because they want access to what I am building inside your life. They ask questions that seem harmless, but their spirit carries hidden motives. They want information, not connection. They want access, not genuine love. Every time I prepared to elevate you, this person quietly released doubt, confusion, or discouragement around your path. Yet even now, I am stronger than every hidden attack forming against you. You wondered why your energy changed after certain conversations. You questioned why your joy disappeared after sharing good news with particular people. That was because your spirit recognized danger before your mind could fully understand it. I created you with discernment, and now I am sharpening it even more. You will no longer ignore the warnings I place inside your heart. You will no longer force yourself to trust people who repeatedly leave you drained, anxious, or spiritually burdened. The second person betraying you is someone who benefits from your kindness, but secretly resents your light. This person depends on your compassion, your patience, and your generosity, yet they repay you with hidden dishonor. They speak kindly when you are present, but speak differently when you leave the room. I have heard every conversation meant to weaken your reputation. I have seen every subtle attempt to make others question your character. Nothing escapes my eyes. My child, you have carried many people through dark seasons with genuine love. You have prayed for others while silently carrying your own pain. You have encouraged broken people while hiding tears behind your smile. Yet some people around you became comfortable receiving your goodness without valuing your heart. They treated your loyalty like something ordinary. They forgot that I sent you into their lives as a blessing. Because they failed to honor what I gave them, they opened the door to their own downfall. Do not fear this exposure. I am not revealing these things to make you hateful or cold. I am revealing them so you can walk wisely and stop allowing betrayal to sit close to your spirit. Too many times you ignored my warnings because you wanted to believe the best about everyone. Your heart remained soft while others became manipulative. But now I am teaching you that wisdom and kindness must walk together. You can love people without giving them unlimited access to your soul. The third person betraying you is the most painful one to recognize, because this person carries emotional closeness to your life. They know your history, your battles, and the scars you rarely reveal to others. Yet despite everything you shared together, their heart slowly turned against you. Instead of protecting your name, they entertained gossip about you. Instead of praying for your growth, they quietly hoped you would remain stuck. Their insecurity became poison inside the relationship. My child, hear me clearly. Their betrayal does not cancel your destiny. Their disloyalty does not remove my hand from your future. I am separating you from every connection that can no longer go where I am taking you. Some people were assigned to your past season but cannot enter your next season. Stop mourning every separation as if it is punishment. Sometimes distance is protection, sometimes silence is rescue. Sometimes the closed door is my mercy, keeping destruction away from your purpose. You have cried over relationships that I was trying to remove from your life. You begged me to restore certain people while I was trying to free you from hidden danger. But even in your confusion, I remained faithful. I blocked attacks you never noticed. I stopped conversations meant to destroy your future. I exposed lies before they fully trapped you. My protection has covered you more times than you realize. What if a tiny 7-second brain ritual could erase your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document has revealed a simple 7-second method, now helping everyday people get out of debt and draw in wealth. Tested by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this easy home practice is turning money problems into better lifestyles. People are getting new homes, cars, and travel experiences. But this information could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There are moments coming soon when hidden truth will suddenly surface around you. Conversations will expose hidden motives. Actions will reveal what words tried to hide. People who pretended to support you will accidentally uncover their real intentions. Do not become shocked when this happens. I am allowing truth to rise because deception cannot remain hidden forever in the presence of my light. You are entering a season where discernment will become stronger than emotional attachment. I am teaching you to stop ignoring spiritual warnings just because you fear disappointing people. Your peace matters, your calling matters, your future matters. I did not create you to constantly survive betrayal while pretending everything is normal. I created you to walk in freedom, clarity, peace, and protection. The pain you experienced was not meaningless. Every betrayal taught you how to lean closer to me. Every disappointment pushed you deeper into wisdom. Every hidden attack strengthened your spirit in ways you still do not fully understand. The enemy believed betrayal would destroy your faith, but instead it brought you closer to my presence. What was meant to break you became the very thing that transformed you. Listen closely now, my child. The season ahead will not look like the painful seasons behind you. I am bringing new people into your life who carry honesty, loyalty, and peace. I am removing false connections so real connections can finally grow around you. You will no longer beg for basic respect from people who secretly enjoy your suffering. You will no longer chase approval from those who cannot recognize your value. But listen to me carefully now. The betrayal did not happen because you were weak. It happened because the enemy recognized the favor resting upon your life and tried to surround your destiny with confusion, discouragement, and emotional exhaustion. There were moments when you blamed yourself for the way people treated you. You replayed conversations in your mind, wondering if you had done something wrong. You questioned your worth because certain people slowly changed their behavior toward you without explanation. Yet, the real problem was never your value. The real problem was that your light exposed darkness in people who refused to heal their own hearts. Some people admired your peace while secretly resenting the source of it. Some people loved what you gave them but hated the growth happening inside you. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. I saw the silent tears you wiped away when nobody was watching. I saw the nights when you smiled in front of others while quietly breaking inside. I watched you remain kind to people who did not deserve your loyalty because you hoped love would eventually change their hearts. But not everyone around you wanted healing. Some wanted access without accountability. Some wanted the comfort of your presence while continuing to dishonor your spirit behind closed doors. My child, there are people who became uncomfortable because they could no longer control you. They noticed your spirit becoming stronger. They noticed your prayers carrying more authority. They noticed your confidence slowly returning after seasons of heartbreak and disappointment. Instead of celebrating your healing, they felt threatened by it. Your growth exposed their insecurity. Your peace exposed their chaos. Your faith exposed the emptiness hiding inside their own hearts. This is why I began separating you from certain environments and conversations. You thought you were losing relationships, but I was removing poison from your future. You thought doors were closing against you, but I was protecting you from connections that would have delayed your purpose. Some people could walk with you only until a certain point because they were never assigned to your next level. They enjoyed the version of you that stayed wounded, exhausted, and uncertain. But they became uncomfortable when I started restoring your strength. Type 555 to affirm. There is someone around you who pretends to care about your struggles while secretly hoping you never fully rise again. They speak comforting words when you are discouraged, but deep inside they fear the day you completely recover from the pain they watched you carry. This person grew comfortable seeing you question yourself. They enjoyed being needed. They enjoyed watching you depend on their opinions. But now I am lifting your head, strengthening your discernment, and teaching you to seek confirmation from me instead of constantly searching for validation from unstable people. You have entered a season where hidden motives cannot stay hidden much longer. I am shaking masks off people. I am exposing conversations that were never meant to reach your ears. I am allowing actions to reveal what words tried to conceal. Some people will expose themselves through jealousy. Others will expose themselves through distance, coldness, or strange behavior when blessings begin flowing into your life. Pay attention, my child. The reactions people have toward your breakthrough will reveal the truth about their hearts. Do not be afraid when certain relationships begin fading away. Not every separation is a tragedy. Some separations are divine rescue missions. Some endings are necessary because where I am taking you requires peace, spiritual maturity, and trustworthy people around you. You cannot continue carrying disloyal people into places I have prepared specifically for your calling. The next chapter of your life requires protection around your spirit. There were times when I warned you through discomfort, but you ignored it because you wanted to avoid conflict. You sensed something was wrong, yet you convinced yourself you were overthinking. But your spirit was discerning danger long before your eyes could recognize it. I was speaking to you through uneasiness, delayed conversations, strange tension, and sudden distance. I was trying to protect you before the betrayal became more destructive. My child, stop apologizing for protecting your peace. Stop feeling guilty for stepping back from people who repeatedly wound your spirit. You are not called to remain trapped inside cycles of betrayal just to prove you are loving. True love does not require you to tolerate constant dishonor. Wisdom is also part of spiritual maturity. I want your heart soft, but I also want your discernment sharp. Could a CIA-revealed brain ritual be the quickest path to a life of luxury? Newly uncovered CIA research has exposed a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary people attract wealth almost immediately. This 7-second at-home ritual, verified by 4 neuroscience labs, is shifting people from debt to dream houses, cars, and trips. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate, because this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is gone. The enemy tried to use betrayal to make you suspicious of everyone around you. The enemy wanted your heart to become cold, bitter, and closed off from genuine connection. But I will not allow darkness to transform you into someone you were never created to become. You will still love deeply. You will still care sincerely. But now your love will walk together with wisdom, boundaries, and discernment. I am sending new relationships into your life that will not drain your spirit. I am preparing people who will celebrate your growth instead of secretly competing with it. These people will pray for you honestly, encourage you sincerely, and protect your name when you are absent. You have spent too much time surrounded by people who smiled publicly while criticizing privately. That season is ending. There is also a deep reason why I allowed certain betrayals to happen instead of removing every difficult person immediately. I needed you to learn how valuable your peace truly is. I needed you to stop giving unlimited access to people simply because they sounded convincing. I needed your discernment to mature because your future assignment carries greater responsibility than you realize right now. The calling upon your life cannot survive if you continue ignoring spiritual warning signs. My child, the pain did not destroy you because my hand remained upon your life the entire time. Even when betrayal surrounded you, I still guided your steps away from complete destruction. There were plans against you that never succeeded because I blocked them before they reached you. There were lies spoken about your name that failed because I defended you in places you could not see. You were protected more than you know. Soon, you will notice a shift happening around your life. The confusion that clouded your spirit will begin lifting. Your mind will feel clearer. Your peace will return stronger. You will stop forcing relationships that no longer carry honesty or safety. You will recognize your value again because I am restoring what betrayal tried to steal from you. The broken confidence, the damaged trust, and the emotional exhaustion will not remain forever. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned because people failed to honor your heart. I still call you chosen. I still call you protected. I still call you mine. No betrayal can cancel the purpose I wrote over your life before you were born. The attacks against your spirit were never proof of your weakness. They were proof that darkness recognized the greatness growing inside you. Now rise with confidence again, my child. Stop shrinking yourself to make dishonest people comfortable. Stop hiding your light because insecure people react negatively to your favor. Stop doubting the gifts, wisdom, and calling I placed inside you. The season ahead will reveal who truly belongs beside you and who was only pretending to walk beside you for personal gain. You are walking into a time of exposure, separation, healing, and restoration. It may feel uncomfortable for a moment, but it will ultimately free you from burdens you were never meant to carry. I am clearing the path before you. I am protecting your future relationships. I am restoring your peace, piece by piece. And when this season finishes, you will no longer beg for loyalty from people who never valued your heart in the first place. There were moments when you sensed distance growing between you and certain people, but you blamed yourself instead of recognizing what was truly happening. You worked harder to keep relationships alive, while others were already emotionally disconnecting from you behind closed doors. You gave loyalty where there was hidden dishonor. You offered kindness where there was secret resentment. Yet even through all of it, I stayed close beside you because I knew the truth you had not fully discovered yet. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. One of the hardest lessons you are learning in this season is that not everyone who speaks your name carries love in their heart for you. Some people speak to you gently while speaking about you harshly when you leave the room. Some celebrate your blessings publicly while privately asking why your life keeps moving forward despite the storms you endured. These people became frustrated because every attack against you failed to destroy the calling I placed upon your life. My child, you must stop measuring relationships only by history, emotions, or familiarity. Some people remained around you simply because they benefited from your presence. They enjoyed your encouragement, your support, your prayers, and your loyalty. But they never intended to protect your heart with the same care you gave to theirs. They took from you emotionally while offering little sincerity in return. I watched you pour into empty places until your own spirit became exhausted. I never created you to constantly beg for honesty from people who already decided to betray your trust. I never intended for you to spend your life proving your worth to those who secretly question your value. That burden is not yours to carry anymore. I am breaking emotional chains that kept you connected to people who only brought confusion, heaviness, and discouragement into your life. The separation may feel painful at first, but peace will follow it. There is someone close to your circle who becomes uncomfortable whenever you speak confidently about your future. They act supportive outwardly, yet internally they fear your breakthrough because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation. Instead of healing their insecurity, they chose to compete with your destiny. This is why their energy shifted whenever blessings began appearing around your life. Jealousy slowly replaced sincerity inside their heart. Type 222 to receive blessings. Pay attention to who grows distant when good things begin happening for you. Pay attention to who becomes silent when your prayers start getting answered. Pay attention to who only feels comfortable around you when you are struggling, confused, or emotionally broken. These signs matter, my child. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between genuine support and hidden competition. Is it actually possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial hardship into sudden prosperity? A leaked CIA-backed study introduces a short money ritual that is already changing lives. Approved by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to pull money toward you. People who were once struggling are now living their ideal lives with luxury homes, new vehicles, and travel. But this information may not stay online. Click the description and comments now before it is permanently removed. You spent too much time overlooking warning signs because your heart naturally wanted to believe the best about people. But discernment is a gift, not a weakness. I gave you spiritual sensitivity for protection, not punishment. When your spirit feels troubled around certain individuals repeatedly, do not ignore it. When conversations constantly leave you drained, anxious, or unsettled, stop dismissing those feelings. I often speak through peace, and I often warn through disturbance. The enemy tried to convince you that you were too sensitive, too emotional, or too cautious. But the truth is that your spirit was detecting dishonesty before your mind could fully understand it. Some betrayals were unfolding quietly around you while you continued praying, loving, and trusting with sincerity. Yet I never stopped guarding your future, even when you could not see the danger forming around you. My child, some people carry wounds they refuse to heal, and instead of facing their brokenness honestly, they project bitterness onto those carrying light. Your peace irritated certain people because it revealed the chaos within them. Your kindness frustrated them because it exposed their own coldness. Your resilience angered them because they expected pain to destroy you permanently. But every storm that came against you only pushed you deeper into my presence. Do not become bitter because of what people did. Bitterness will only imprison your heart and delay the healing I want to bring into your life. Release the need to understand every betrayal completely. Some people hurt others simply because darkness grew inside them over time. Their actions reflected their own spiritual condition, not your worth. You do not need to carry shame for the sins committed against your heart. I know there are moments when you feel tired of trusting people. I know there are days when disappointment makes you want to isolate yourself emotionally from everyone around you. But hear me clearly tonight. I am not removing false people from your life so you can live in loneliness. I am removing them so healthy, trustworthy, and peaceful relationships can finally enter your future without interference. There are loyal people I am preparing to bring into your life. These people will not secretly compete with you. They will not smile in your face while dishonoring you behind your back. They will value your heart, respect your boundaries, and protect your name when you are absent. The relationships coming into your future will carry honesty, peace, and spiritual alignment. But before those relationships fully arrive, I must heal the wounds left by betrayal. I must teach you how to stop ignoring your own discernment. I must restore the confidence that was damaged by repeated disappointment. The enemy wanted betrayal to make you fearful of connection forever, but I will not allow pain to define the rest of your story. My child, there are hidden blessings attached to this season of exposure. You are finally seeing people clearly instead of emotionally. You are finally understanding why certain delays, arguments, and strange tensions kept surrounding specific relationships. What confused you before will soon make complete sense. I am connecting the pieces together so you can move forward with wisdom instead of emotional blindness. The attacks against your peace were never random. The enemy understood that if your mind became overwhelmed with confusion and emotional exhaustion, your focus would weaken. But I am restoring clarity to your spirit now. I am breaking confusion off your mind. I am removing emotional heaviness from your heart. You will think clearly again. You will trust wisely again. You will love from a healthy place again. Stop mourning people who repeatedly dishonored your presence. Stop chasing relationships that constantly require you to abandon your peace in order to keep them alive. What comes from me will not require endless emotional suffering to survive. Healthy connection brings peace, honesty, and mutual respect. You deserve relationships where your loyalty is valued instead of exploited. My child, I am proud of you for surviving seasons that nearly broke your heart completely. I saw you continue showing kindness even while carrying private pain. I watched you keep believing even after disappointment surrounded your life repeatedly. You did not become cruel despite everything you endured. You did not lose your faith despite the betrayals that wounded you deeply. That strength inside you came from my hand upon your life. Now a new season is beginning, a season of wisdom, a season of exposure, a season of healing. A season where hidden betrayal loses its power over your emotions because truth has finally entered the light. You will no longer walk through life confused about who truly stands with you. I am revealing hearts clearly so you can move forward, protected, stronger, and filled with peace once again. They smiled during your victories, while inwardly hoping your progress would stop. But no hidden resistance against your destiny can overcome the plans I have established for you. You have spent too much time questioning yourself because of the instability surrounding certain relationships. One day people treated you with warmth, and the next day their energy changed without explanation. You tried to repair connections that were already being damaged by jealousy, pride, and hidden bitterness inside the hearts of others. Yet instead of recognizing the truth immediately, you blamed yourself for the distance growing between you and them. My child, Not every broken relationship happened because you failed. Some relationships weakened because darkness inside others became stronger than their ability to love you honestly. Type 1212 to claim miracles. There is a person around you who secretly watches everything you do because they are intimidated by the favor resting upon your life. They compare their journey to yours constantly. Every blessing you receive reminds them of the areas where they feel incomplete within themselves. Instead of bringing their insecurity to me for healing, they allowed jealousy to grow quietly inside their spirit. That jealousy slowly transformed into hidden resentment against you. This person does not always attack openly. Sometimes betrayal hides behind subtle behavior. It hides behind sarcastic remarks disguised as jokes. It hides behind fake concern that secretly plants fear, doubt, or discouragement into your mind. It hides behind silence during moments when they should genuinely celebrate your success. You sensed these things before, but you kept dismissing them because your heart wanted peace more than confrontation. Have you heard about the secret ritual the government does not want people to know? Imagine if just 7 seconds could clear your debts and bring wealth effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 top neuroscience labs confirm this is real. Families who are struggling are now moving into dream homes with peace of mind. But this secret could be taken down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. My child, peace built on deception is not true peace. Ignoring betrayal does not make betrayal disappear. I am teaching you that discernment is part of protection. You cannot continue opening your heart fully to people who repeatedly reveal dishonor through their actions. Love does not require blindness. Compassion does not require constant self-sacrifice at the expense of your emotional and spiritual well-being. There were moments when I intentionally delayed certain plans in your life because the people surrounding you could not be trusted with access to the blessings I was preparing for you. Had I opened certain doors too early, hidden betrayal would have created unnecessary destruction around your future. What felt like delay was often divine protection. What felt like rejection was sometimes my mercy removing danger before it reached you fully. Type 333 if you trust God's timing. I know the pain of betrayal wounded you deeply because you gave your heart sincerely. You believed loyalty would naturally produce loyalty in return. You believed kindness would soften hardened hearts. But not everyone responds to goodness with gratitude. Some people grow more selfish the more love they receive. Some become entitled to your presence while failing to honor your spirit properly. That is why I am teaching you boundaries in this season. Boundaries are not signs of hatred. Boundaries are wisdom, protecting what I placed inside you. You cannot continue allowing people unlimited access to your emotions while they repeatedly damage your peace. Some individuals only contact you when they need encouragement, support, or emotional rescue. But when you needed love, honesty, or understanding, they disappeared emotionally. Relationships cannot survive healthily when one person constantly pours while the other constantly takes. My child, you are entering a season where your circle will become smaller but healthier. You will stop entertaining relationships that require you to constantly ignore red flags. You will stop chasing approval from people who secretly resent your growth. You will stop shrinking your light to make insecure individuals feel comfortable around you. I created you to shine with confidence, peace, and purpose. There is another person near your life who pretends to protect your confidence while secretly participating in conversations against you. This person gathers information about your struggles and repeats it carelessly to others. They disguise gossip as concern. They disguise betrayal as harmless conversation. But I have heard every word spoken in secret. Nothing escapes my sight, my child. The lies, the whispers, and the hidden conversations have all been seen by me. Do not fear the exposure coming. Truth may feel painful for a moment, but deception causes deeper wounds when left hidden too long. I am allowing certain masks to fall because your next season requires clarity. You cannot move into the future I prepared while remaining surrounded by dishonest people who secretly undermine your spirit. Exposure is not punishment against you. Exposure is deliverance for you. You have cried privately over situations others never fully understood. Some people judged your reactions without realizing the emotional pressure you were carrying quietly inside. They did not see how hard you fought to maintain peace. They did not see how often you forgave disrespect just to avoid conflict. They did not see how many nights you prayed for relationships that were slowly draining the life out of your spirit.